podcast number. I forget what pod. I think this is our fifth. I think you're my fourth guest or my fifth guest.
For sure.
How are you, bro?
I'm doing all right. What? It was falling. It was falling. What? What's wrong? Oh. Okay, that's gonna be funny. That's gonna look hella funny.
That is funny.
I thought you were talking about my mic, but yeah, I was figuring it out. Sorry.
It's all good. I have today on the podcast a friend I met high school.
Yes, sir. I can't remember what grade though.
What middle school did you go to?
I went to but then
I went there too.
I transferred to high for 1 year.
In high school?
In high school.
What year?
My freshman year. So that would have been 2008, 2009.
Okay.
And then I transferred back to
Why'd you transfer
year.
back? Or why'd you go to a separate high school?
I got recruited to the golf team.
Oh, nice.
And then I had some behavioral issues while I was over there.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Interesting. That's a good segue because the first question I was going to ask is what type of student were you in high school? Or
the worst.
what type of person were you? Like, were you like academically inclined, or you just didn't care, or like your parents like forced you to do academics, but you're just like, fuck this, like I want to just do whatever?
Yeah, I was kind of like that. I don't know. I was kind of just like how would I put it? To be like kind of nicer to my younger self, I was kind of just like a very big ball of like angst.
Okay. You had a lot of anger?
Yeah.
Why? Like K-rage?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I was actually talking to my friend about K-rage the other day because he's Indian, so he didn't really know anything about it.
Is it real? Is that real though? K-rage?
Yeah, it's like a generational thing because like think about our fathers, right? And then their fathers, like a lot of them were like displaced because of the Korean War, right?
Bro, our parents did not live during the Korean War.
No, I'm talking about their parents.
Oh, our grandparents.
Yes, our grandparents.
Okay.
So a lot of them were displaced during the Korean War, and they literally grew up in like third world conditions, right? And just imagine how much like negativity like they had to deal with on a regular basis, right?
Our parents, because
our grandparents.
And then they put that into our parents?
Yeah, it gets passed down. It's like a generational thing.
Don't you think it's more of like an individual case by case?
When it affects so many people, I can't say yes or no, if that makes sense.
So you're saying your parents had a lot of anger and they project that to you?
Yeah, because my grandparents or my grandfather had so much anger.
Okay.
And then
you met your grandparents?
Yes.
And they were hella angry all the time?
My father's side particularly, yes.
Okay. Not abusive though?
Towards me? No.
Like they would not hit you?
Not me, but my father, yes.
They would hit your dad?
My dad got the short end of the stick when it came to parenting.
But your parents, to you and your brother, they were not abusive?
No, not at all. I mean,
not physically, verbal?
No. Nah, not even verbal.
They were chill parents?
Yeah, for the most part. My dad would get mad, like, and then that's where I see, like, a lot of resemblance to, like, my grandfather's behavior. But, like, I don't know, like, I tell my friends this all the time. I consider myself lucky because, like, a lot of the stereotypes that I hear from other, like, Korean Americans, as far as, like, their parents, like, my father did as much as he could to, like, not fall in that stereotype. And I don't necessarily know what his thinking or mindset was, but, like, for some reason, he just tried to avert himself from doing that.
So, in high school, you just didn't really care about academics? Like, what was your approach?
I wish I could tell you.
Did you just wing it? You're just like, all right, let's just go to school, whatever.
I just winged it. Yeah. I mean, there was some, like, expectations that my parents held for, like, academics and stuff, and I tried to follow it to the best of my ability. Well, no, actually, that's not entirely true. I followed it to some extent.
Yeah.
I can't, like, even when I think about it now, it's, like, kind of a blur, and I can't exactly remember what I was thinking at the time. But, like, I was actually not a terrible student. Like, if I learned how to, like, focus and, like, really give it my all, I think I would have been a pretty good student. But, like, I think 1 year I got, like, literally all A's the entire year. Like, okay. I had the potential to be a good student. I just, like, couldn't, for whatever reason, I just, like, could not get myself to, like, hunker down and, like, really focus. And just because, like, I think back then I just couldn't picture myself. I couldn't see, like, big picture. And, like, because I couldn't see big picture, I didn't really understand like what it took like in a micro level, like the amount of like work and dedication it takes to like make yourself successful, if that makes sense.
So when you didn't study, what did you do in high school? Because like
Fucked around.
our high school, bro, our high school was hella competitive academically.
Yeah, I know.
So hella Asians, right? And hella smart Asians, like all about grades, SAT, preparing for college. What were you doing? That was a lot of pressure, I feel.
Yeah, honestly, like I kind of just did what I could to escape that pressure. Like even if it wasn't like it wasn't dramatic or like drastic, but like I would just like do nothing sometimes to like kind of alleviate myself from that pressure.
Just at home doing nothing.
Yeah. And then just like
what is nothing though?
Sometimes video games, sometimes watching sports or whatever. Just like not super focused on like tests and homework and stuff and actually learning.
You never skipped school?
No, I was not truant.
Nice.
But yeah, just a serial underachiever is the way I would have described my student life, and that even extended into college. Yeah, very much.
You went to Davis, right?
Yeah, I transferred to Davis.
So you went to community college straight out of high school?
Yep.
Did you go to community college because you just didn't get accepted into anywhere, or you just didn't know what you wanted to do, so you went to community college? Or
the funny thing is, I got into Davis out like
straight from high school.
Straight from high school.
Oh, so your grades are pretty good.
No, yeah, I was a decent student. Like I think my cumulative GPA was like literally like right at 4.0. So like,
damn,
I was like an all right student. But like again, I just winged it and I like somehow got by. I can't explain to you. I was just like extremely lucky.
Why'd you go to community college then?
I think I was holding out in the hope that I could get it together during community college and get into a better school.
Okay.
And then also like my parents just were not in a very good financial situation for like a really long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we lived in like subsidized housing.
Yeah.
Like you'd be surprised to hear that San Ramon had subsidized housing in.
No, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we lived in subsidized housing, and that's kind of how we got by. And then, yeah, just like didn't go to actual university because just would have been
finances.
Yeah, finances.
I feel it. So now looking back, there was no regret on the path you took. Would you have wanted to go straight to university, Davis? Or do you have no regrets taking the community college path, trying to like figure out what do you want to do first, get a clearer sense and then go?
I think based on where my mental was at and like just where I was as a person, I think I have no regrets. But like when I look at it now, I just wish I just wish I grinded harder like at anything. It didn't have to be grades. Like I was a good golfer too. Like I could have probably at least played D2. Like,
weren't you captain?
Yeah, I was the captain of our team. Damn. I was pretty good. I set a couple of scoring records. Yeah, I made it to North. I forget what the categorizations and stuff are now, but like as an individual, I made it to North Coast section, I think, and then I just kind of fell apart at North Coast section. I remember that tournament; it was awful.
Is that only for California schools?
Only for California.
It's like the best in every high school in California.
I think only Northern California.
Oh, Northern California?
Yeah. I was like a step or two removed from the state. So, yeah, I was decent. And like...
No, yeah, I've seen you. I've never played with you at a course, but I've seen you I think we went to a practice range once. A long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were pretty good.
I'm even better now.
I think you worked there, right?
Oh, at the Bridges?
Yeah.
I worked I worked at Bridges out of high school. Even when I was in community college, I wish I just like grinded a little bit harder
on golf.
Yeah, cuz the Bridges is like it's an exceptionally difficult course. So if I got good there,
difficult?
It's pretty difficult.
I had no idea.
It's pretty difficult. So like if I just worked at it instead of doing whatever in the hell I was doing, probably could have played collegiate golf, but no.
Did you ever have aspirations going practicing pro? Or was it just like, this is fun, like, let's just continue doing this and just see what happens?
Funny thing is, I want to compete now, because
Okay.
I'm still, I still.
It's very
practice.
doable though for golf because I feel like age is not really a big factor in golf
Yeah.
compared to other sports.
That's the way I try to look at it.
It's
But
a fact though.
Yeah.
You have like what's that dude? Jack Nicklaus or whatever, Nicholson or whatever.
Jack Nicklaus, yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you see the putt? Like the 72-yard putt. He was like 75 years old or 80 or something.
Yeah.
Hole in one.
Yeah.
So when I see stuff like that, it's like, bro, we have like some grandpa harabuchi. We're like in our late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the thing is, though,
it's a skill. It's more of a skill-based game, I feel, than like a power.
100%.
There is power involved too, but like more of a mental aspect, more of like a skill thing, you know?
the way I would put it now is there are a lot of people who are really good who are constantly like battling it like in lower levels of competition.
Yeah.
Who are trying to make it through qualifying school, which is like basically it's a tournament where you fight for exempt status for I think the Korn Ferry Tour now, which is like it's like a step below the PGA Tour.
Korn Ferry?
Yeah, Korn Ferry Tour.
And you beat Collin Morikawa?
Hell no.
Bro, you know he's like our age?
He's younger.
Oh, he's younger?
He's younger.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, yeah, Collin. No, I can't beat Collin Morikawa.
Bro, like now when I watch sports like basketball, boxing, or whatever, right, I look at the first thing I do is always I check how old the athletes are.
Yeah.
And like where they're from, like what city. Bro, a lot of these dudes are younger than us, bro.
Yeah, we're at that age now.
That's crazy. Like in the NBA, like people are like 22, 23,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
Devin Haney, 25, Ryan Garcia, 25.
25,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
No, yeah,
we're
like
getting older a little bit.
yeah, I mean, with boxing especially, I say every time I go to the gym, I'm like, damn, they're getting younger and they're getting better every year.
Yeah.
So, and then the funny thing is, the gym I used to train at, like,
For boxing?
yeah, I remember I had like a very, very, like, very tough sparring session with some kid, and he was 18, and he just went pro.
18?
Yeah.
Same weight class?
Yeah, we were around the same age.
What
weight.
ethnicity?
He's Mexican,
Okay.
and yeah, now he's a pro.
Damn.
And you know, it's cool because like apparently he's like piecing up some like kids from like big camps, you know, like
Yeah.
familiar names, like big names in boxing. And I'm like, damn, I went toe to toe with that kid and I didn't do too bad. So you know, but you know,
It's
I'm
like a
not
confidence booster.
yeah, but I'm not about that life. So I'm not gonna get ahead of myself.
Boxing?
Yeah, I'm not about that life.
Yeah, I mean, I told you, but I recently started boxing like a month ago. It's scary, bro. Just like even watching people spar. Because I don't know about you, I'm scared to get hit, dude.
It's not that bad. Like once you get used to it, it's not that bad. I've only been hit like a handful of times where I was like,
In the
oh
face?
shit. No, just like in general.
I'm
well, yeah,
really
of
scared
course
to
in
hit
the face.
dude.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's honestly like once you get used to it, it's not that bad. But I've only been hit like maybe 2 or 3 times where I was like, oh shit, like that was bad. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm all right for the most part.
The only martial arts background I have was jiu-jitsu. So I was always about grappling, right?
Yeah.
Ground game.
I remember.
And like I never really watched boxing. I watched MMA, right? UFC.
Yeah.
So that is like the mindset that I had going in the boxing class.
Yeah.
Like he might take me down, so like I might have to sprawl or like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. But like in boxing, it's just your hands, so it's a completely different like approach to the
Yeah.
game. If somebody gets close to you in an MMA fight, you can
grab
hold
them.
on to them,
Yeah.
right? Clinch them, take them down. But boxing, you can't. You have to weave and like slip.
I mean,
and,
you're allowed
like-
to. You're technically allowed to clinch too in boxing. It's a sound defensive strategy, but you can get penalized for it if you do it too much. But yeah, I feel kind of the same way because like my base is in Muay Thai, so like
That's striking though.
Yeah, I know, but it's like different, you know, like the way you manage distance and like even the way you defend is like completely different, you know. It's like it's sometimes awkward for me to still have to adjust to only using,
Your
like
hands.
head movement, level change. Even the concept of level changing is difficult for me because like in kickboxing you don't want to level change too much because you're going to run into a kick or a knee or something, right? So like boxing, like you change levels a lot, like you're pivoting from your hip, or I mean you're swiveling from your hip sometimes, like all that head movement. You know, it's like there's still a lot of stuff that I'm still trying to get used to. It's like, how long have I been boxing now? Basically went on a year, Yeah, basically going on in like a year, and then like I've done kickboxing.
You've only boxed for
Muay Thai,
a year?
like cumulative, yeah, basically.
Why did you join boxing? Why did you
Um,
switch from Muay Thai?
when I moved from, well, okay, so before I moved to Oakland, I was in San Diego, and I was training with like a pretty like solid team. Like I love that gym.
In SD?
Yeah.
For Muay Thai?
Yeah. Shout out Steel MMA. I love you guys. I miss y'all. So.
They're
But-
like, who the fuck are you?
No. Yeah. So I was training over there, and I did Muay Thai for a long time. I did a couple fights with them.
You were in tournament? Oh, you were in tournaments?
Yeah, I competed. I showed you a few
shit. Oh,
clips
yeah, you did.
where I
That's
kicked
fucking
the
scary.
absolute. I kicked this guy in the head very hard.
And you won?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because you knocked him out because of that?
No, I
Or was it a
wish.
decision?
No, it was a decision.
Okay.
It's like.
Hey, win's a win,
No,
bro.
I'm not gonna expose, but
Okay.
like I had some success in that fight, but like when I look back at it and I watch it, I'm like, damn, I sucked.
Compared to now.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, it's all about growing. But when I moved, there wasn't a huge selection of like Muay Thai gyms like readily accessible.
In Oakland.
Yeah, just like I think Muay Thai is kind of bigger in SoCal.
Okay.
Like there's a very solid like Muay Thai like roots, and there's like a lot of organizations that put on fights and stuff. That's not the case as much in NorCal, in my opinion. That's why I kind of switched to boxing. I just like looked around for like gyms, and then yeah, I just happened to run into the gym that I was that I trained at for a little bit. Yeah, met some cool people, and again went toe to toe with some really tough
good
guys.
people.
Yeah, but yeah, and then that's kind of when I realized like, yo, like I have a lot to learn in boxing. So yeah,
No, that's a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, for anything in life, but especially like in a martial arts gym setting, like you can't come in with a mentality of being like a know-it-all or like arrogant. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I know everything. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when someone's trying to teach you a concept or coach you,
yeah,
like you can't be like, no, like I'm not doing that. Maybe you don't have to do it, but at least like listen, right? And try to see their perspective and like
Yeah.
why they're teaching you certain things. But I think that's super important though. Like you got to come in with a mindset of
yeah. You have to be
humility.
Coachable. You have to be coachable.
Yeah.
That's 100% correct. Because like when you're, how would I put it? When you're like actually doing it, it's like hard to like notice your own habits, right?
Do you film yourself?
I used to, yeah.
Okay, and see like how you look
Yeah.
from a third perspective.
Yeah, because I think that's important. It's like reviewing your own film.
Yeah.
It's like you have to see what you're like actually doing, and then yeah, you kind of realize you suck. You have a lot to work on.
You think in boxing, what's more important if you could only choose one, power or speed? Would you rather be someone who is not that fast, but if you connect a punch, like it could change the game? Or would you be someone who's like just hella fast damage, but not significant damage to knock them out? Maybe you win in decision.
It would kind of depend on the skill level that I'm at. Because like if I'm super skilled, I would probably say maybe power.
Power.
Yeah, because if I'm like super skilled, I can set things up. Like I can get good reads on my opponent. Like my defense is sound. Like I don't know. That one's hard. It just depends.
Do you think power in boxing is an innate thing, or is it like something you could learn or train? You know, like you know how they say, "Oh, this guy was born with punching power. Like he has heavy hands."
Yeah.
You know? It's like singing, right? You're either born with a great voice, or you can have an okay voice, but you can kind of train to be like pretty good, right? But you will never be good as someone who was born with that natural gift. Is that the same when it comes to punching power?
Yes and no. I think power comes from like natural development over the years, if that makes sense, right? So like
how your body.
Well, yeah, one, I think genetics is a huge factor. Like what type of muscles do you have? Like, do you have a lot of fast twitch muscles? Do you have a lot of slow twitch muscles? And then like it's kind of also dependent on how you're training yourself, I guess.
Okay.
It's like the way you're practicing technique and stuff, right? And then I think actually more important, how good are you at hiding punches? Like
For power?
yes, because a lot of people think that knockouts come primarily from like you just absolutely nuke someone, right? With like an overhand right or something. But like especially now, like guy, you know who Gervonta Davis is?
Yeah. He beat Tank, right?
He beat Ryan
Garcia,
yeah.
Destroyed him, dude.
Yeah. It's because he sets everything up so well, and like Ryan's not anticipating. If you set everything up very well, you have a better chance of knocking out someone versus someone who's just like throwing absolute nukes at you, right? There's a lot that goes into a clean KO. Outright punching power isn't always the biggest factor, in my opinion.
So speaking of Ryan Garcia, you saw the
fight
with what's his face?
Devin Haney. My god, yeah,
Devin Haney from SF. Garcia from I think Victorville.
I thought it was from Imperial Beach, but yeah, I think he is.
When I went on his
Victorville.
Wikipedia, he said he was born in Victorville, so maybe he moved somewhere else. But SoCal area, Central Valley area,
Yeah.
25 years old each. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What did you, dude? Do you follow Ryan Garcia on social media?
I muted his social medias because he was just going.
But you were like somewhat following it,
Yeah.
right, for the past couple months.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think like it was just like an act, like a marketing stunt to promote the fight, or is he actually going through some like mental like breakdowns type of thing? Like, you know how like some athletes in the past who were very successful, they're like be drinking, right, and like smoking and like doing drugs and shit, but they're like still hella good fighter.
I think he's having some issues. I don't think he's like. I mean, obviously, you don't
Dude,
want
he
to.
was posting some weird stuff.
No,
bro.
yeah, he was. That's why.
And
I
then
think
he like
he's having-
deleted his like Instagram after a live I saw.
Yeah.
For like a day, and I was like, what is going on with this guy? Like, is he like?
Yeah, I don't think it's all a show, and then I think part of it is. I think he kind of thinks he's putting on a show, but then I think like because he's doing that, it's like kind of not a show anymore. Like he went a little too far off the deep end, like just like a.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, he went too far, and that's the crazy part is like he said afterwards like he drank almost every day during
He did,
camp.
yeah.
So like that's how you know there's something like potentially legit wrong. And like my biggest fear
3 pounds overweight. I don't know if he paid it though. The 1.5.
I think I read something saying they amended the contract saying that he had to pay a $600K fine for missing weight to Haney. And then I think Haney got 2% of his pay-per-view points as well.
2%. That's it.
I mean, it all depends on how much the pay-per-view makes, but yeah. And then but he's paying a $600K fine outright, so.
So my thought process was, if this dude is paying $600K fine, he must have been making hella.
I'd anticipate this fight. I don't know what
like
the
5
split.
mil plus, at least.
Yeah, I don't know what the split is gonna be like, but I'd assume it's gonna be at least $2 to $5 million per fighter. That's my
Guaranteed?
assumption. Yeah, guaranteed.
And then
outright.
not including pay-per-views.
Yeah, not including pay-per-views.
That's crazy, dude.
My biggest concern was like, I don't know, when you're like off your rocker like that and you come into like a very like, a fight's dangerous no matter what,
Yeah.
right? But like when you come on, like
It's
when
your
you
livelihood.
come in like kind of like not mentally there, like you can get really hurt. You can get like legit hurt. And I think that was the thing that I was like most afraid of. I was like, I hope he trained really hard because like he can get legit hurt
Like
out there.
head trauma, CTE. Is that what you're saying? Like
Yeah.
physical.
No, yeah, like a debilitating injury. That's what I was like most afraid of.
Like what's his face? Fuck. He's the boxer. Pritchard Cologne.
Yeah.
you see, you know who he is, right? Bro.
No, I think I was thinking of someone else. Ended up on the wheelchair. Oh no, yeah, I think I remember this story.
For those of you guys who don't know who Pritchard Cologne is, search him up. He was basically a boxer, pro boxer. I don't know if he was good or not, and I don't know who he went against when this happened, but he got hit in the back of the head repeatedly. The ref was yo, no hits in the back of the head. And then he became like paraplegic basically.
Yeah, I think he got paralyzed. Yeah, it's a dangerous sport. So it's like if you're not like there, like mentally, and like ready for like the consequences, like a lot can go wrong. So that's what I was afraid of. But then like he honestly showed up like
Garcia.
more skilled than I've seen him in previous fights, which was kind of crazy to me.
Was he more skilled, or was Devin Haney just underprepared?
I think a little bit of both. I think Ryan gave more looks than he's ever like gave to like anyone else. Like his footwork, he's like notorious for having like pretty bad footwork. Like he almost like walks forward, like legit like a walk forward. Yeah. But he had decent footwork, and like when he was working off of the ropes, like he let Devin Haney pressure him, but like he was doing decent work off the ropes. It was super surprising to see. The only thing that I didn't like was he kept doing this shoulder roll like Philly shell thing, but it was like he was just like basically hunching over and turning back.
Isn't that the Floyd signature?
That's not how
stance?
Floyd does it.
No, but isn't that what he's known for?
Yeah, he's known for the Philly shell. He's known for the Mayweather style of Philly shell.
That's another thing I really enjoy about boxing or just fighting in general is like everyone has their own style.
Yeah.
You know? And you have to know the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, the objective of the game is to
hit and not
win,
get hit.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, knock him out. That's why I love Prince Nassim, bro.
Yeah.
Because so unorthodox, right?
Crazy style.
Style, no defense. That's not like if you go to a gym, no coach will ever tell you, yo, you have to box like this, right? Absolutely not.
I wouldn't say he had no defense.
Bro, he put his face out there like this, his hands are down.
That's because he's baiting them for
exactly.
a
It's a taunt. It's like luring
then,
the opponent in.
And then like a lot of the stuff he did, like the darting and everything, that's technically a form of defense because he's darting in, right? Because he's a southpaw. He dart in with a left and then move his head off the center line and like pivot. And that's technically defense with footwork, right? He never gives them the opportunity to hit them because like he's throwing something and then moving his head off the center line and then positioning himself elsewhere.
I don't know 70% of the vocab you said because I'm a noob when it comes to boxing.
He literally just lunges in, right? He moves his head out of the way and then he takes another step in the same direction so that the opponent has to turn to like be square with him.
And
then he just throws something again, or he moves out of striking range. Is basically how I would put it.
I just love fighting in general. I think it's like the purest form, like the most primal, like, you know, like one-on-one, you and me. Let's see who's the better man today. There's a lot of one-on-one sports, but fighting in general, I just feel like it's, yo, you have a problem with me? Let's take it to the cage. Let's take it to the ring. You do your thing. I do my thing. We have 3 months or whatever time to train. Let's see who's the better man on that day.
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, there's something about a fight like no human being can like take their eyes off of. It's kind of crazy. I know people from like all sorts of backgrounds and like all sorts of beliefs and all sorts of like whatever it may be, and like they'll know something about a fight or two.
You just turned 30?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Not
fortunate. I'm glad to have made it.
Do you like getting older better instead of being younger?
I don't think anyone likes getting older.
Really?
To be honest. I mean, it's cool. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to take it for granted because it's like, I don't know.
We're still hella young, though.
Yeah, we're still pretty young.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, like anything, it's got its advantages and disadvantages. But, like, I'm, like, trying to, as I get older, I'm trying to, like, bask in the moment more, if that makes sense.
Living in the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like, crazy because, like, there's kids from, like, my class, like, high school graduating class, like, didn't live to see 30. And, like...
They died?
Yeah. There's, like, a handful of people from my class that, like, passed away. Even
from our high school?
Yeah. You remember... Okay, I'll censor this later, but do you remember...
Oh, yeah, he slipped.
Yeah. Bro, that was, like, 10 years ago, I think. Yeah. And then, did you ever meet...
Bro, isn't he Batman, the actor?
No. I mean, yeah. You're thinking of a different... Okay. You're thinking of a different person. But anyway...
I've never heard of this
He
guy.
was in my... Yeah, he was in my high school class, and he, like, passed away last year, too. So it's just, like...
From what?
I don't know. I don't know. I just saw it, and... Yeah, dude, it's, like... It's crazy, because everything can be taken away from you at, like, any moment. So, like, I'm trying to really...
Facts.
I'm, like, really trying to get in the habit of, like, maximizing my time with, like, whoever I spend it with. Like, like just, like, conduct myself in a way that I would be proud of if I was gone tomorrow. So.
No, I completely understand. Like, for me, I've always been, like, a very long-term thinker.
Yeah.
You know, like, I plan ahead. Too much now, looking back. You know? And it's there's nothing wrong with planning ahead, right?
Yeah.
Like, you should plan ahead. But, like, if you plan ahead too much or too long, it's super stressful, bro. And you can't predict the future. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. So you fail to enjoy the day you're living, like, the moment you're living.
Yeah.
So now, like, starting, like, last year, like, I've been trying to switch to the mindset of, like, yeah, I mean, obviously we should plan, but, like, let's take this day by day. One day at a time, you know. Maximize the potential of the day and then tomorrow you do it again. You
Yeah.
know? Because like if you plan too ahead, bro, like, bro, it's stressful, bro.
Yeah, you're trying to hit all these like
Milestones.
yeah,
and
these
if
like
you don't
arbitrary
get it,
milestones.
if you don't
yeah.
get it, you feel even more sad, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
You feel like behind compared to
Yeah.
everyone and stuff like that. Yeah.
So the quote comparison is a thief of joy. I think is very true, bro.
I think it is very true. It's like, I don't know, like, not to be extremely pessimistic and stuff, but like when you think about it, like from a very like removed view, like we're all technically like a statistic, right? You see all these economic stats, right, about like how is our standard of living compared to like 1980s and stuff like that, right? And they give you all these like fucking arbitrary numbers, like what's the real GDP, like what is like the real income of like our generation versus like previous generations. It's like we're all technically part of that. Like
We're living way better. The
Yes
future
and
lives
no.
better than the past
yes and no.
in terms of quality of life.
Quality of
Are you
life,
kidding
maybe.
me, bro? Bro, we have
Maybe.
internet. You rather live in 1500s,
Not the 1500s, Jesus
even
Christ.
the 1900s, even 1980.
I don't know, bro. I like people could afford like a house for their family with one job
No,
in a
that's
household.
fair. And a car.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Other stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, if you're looking as far back as like the 1500s, hell no, I'm not living in the 1500s. No.
Dude, everything definitely got way more expensive.
I think going back to what you were saying, just like you were looking at all these like arbitrary milestones. I think it's like I think like having the mindset of being able to enjoy day by day and just like going about yourself day by day is like super important now too because of that. It's like I saw a quote, I don't remember what like where it was from, but it's like something along the lines of like we're striving for a dream, like our parents taught us a dream, right? And we're striving for that dream, but like it kind of doesn't exist anymore in this day and age.
Why?
For all the reasons that we just discussed. It's like housing prices, like the cost of living in general.
Doesn't that motivate you though, to like strive for more? Because you have no really other choice. What are you gonna do? Just
Yeah.
accept it and
I
just
was
be like,
gonna-
all right.
I was
like,
gonna get to that at some point.
Like, all right, let's just like we're fucked, or it's
Yeah.
like, all right, like let me just try a little bit harder. You know, try to make more money somehow. Try to do some other stuff. Like, doesn't it force you to be a little bit more ambitious?
Yeah.
Because of the situation that.
No, yeah, that's basically my mindset at this point in my life. It's just like my fiance, like she's basically been on her own since 18, and like even my family, like I told you, like we were only able to live in San Ramon because of subsidized housing. So obviously we didn't have a lot of money, and just like I have a younger brother that I think I need to like be a good example for.
Oh yeah, you have a brother.
Yeah. So it's just like
I keep forgetting about that.
all these things are constantly motivating me. It's just like if I were like honest, I could have been some like in another universe, I could have just been this fucking shut-in doom-pilled NEET who doesn't do shit.
What does that mean? What's a NEET?
Doom-pilled, a NEET is like, I forget, it's an acronym, but it basically like you're not working, you're not doing shit with your life basically.
So a homeless person.
Kind of, yeah. You're just like a shut-in who doesn't do shit.
Why would anyone want to live like that though?
I don't know. Some people just don't fucking care. That's just what it comes down to. They just don't care. It's like a combination. I think, my opinion, it's like a combination of not caring, mental illness, and just like when they have tried to put themselves out in the world, it's just like immediately swatted down.
So
Like
they
they
just
got
give up.
unlucky. So yeah, they give up. And like, I think in another universe, I could have easily been like that. But it's just like, I have too many people
Depending on you.
depending on me, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like, I think it's kind of a form of mental illness at this point. I'm not going to lie.
What?
Like how obsessed I am with like trying to provide for everyone in my life. That's like my main goal in life.
I don't think that's a mental illness. I think that's just you having responsibility
I
for your
think
life. How is that a mental illness? Wanting to provide for others?
it's the way it manifests itself, if that makes sense.
Like
You can have that ambition and goal and it can be healthy, right? But sometimes like when you're obsessive over it's
that I understand.
it has
Yeah.
like negatively impacted my relationship before. It's just like
Your romantic relationship?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
friends, both, or just romantic?
mostly my romantic relationship.
Like you were just trying to work so hard on something else that you couldn't spend enough time with.
Something like that. Well, yeah, we'll say it's something like that.
I mean, obviously, like looking back, I do miss the times when I was younger. But each year, I feel better. Honestly, I feel like I'm a little bit more sure of myself, who I am, what I like, what I don't want. We both have a little bit more money saved up.
Yeah.
You know, like we can go do things that we couldn't really do in the past, right? But at the same time, there's responsibilities as well, right?
Yeah.
We got bills to pay.
Yep.
We got people to take care of. So it's like a give and take.
Yeah.
But big picture wise, I like 29 better than 28 or 27 or 26.
I've felt hard stuck at like 25 since I was 25.
Hard stuck?
Yeah,
What
like
does that mean?
I feel like I haven't aged since I was like 25, basically. And I think
You've gone
I think
more
COVID.
wisdom.
I think COVID had a lot to do with it.
Why?
I don't know, dude. It's just like I feel like 2000 through like
Wait, were you in San Diego in COVID?
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like 2020 through like 2022 was just removed. Those years of my life are like removed. Like they're just like not real. If that makes sense.
What did you do during COVID time?
Played music, worked remotely. Actually, I switched jobs during COVID, and like I worked at a pharmaceutical company, and we were actually working on the COVID related like treatments. So we were deemed
What did you do
essential. It was accounting.
Oh, okay.
And we were deemed essential, so I had to go into office. That was whack. I remember
During
that.
COVID?
Yeah. But I think it was like
I thought you can't go to the office.
I think it was like just after that period, where like a lot of companies like
2021.
yeah, I think.
Okay.
I can't exactly remember. After like the initial like crazy shutdowns.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
COVID was interesting, bro. Honestly, I liked COVID. Yeah, no, I'm not saying like I liked it there because people died and like it was like hella bad. But I feel like it was necessary.
You're talking about like the lifestyle kind of.
And just
right?
for society. I feel like it
Really?
was a necessary thing to happen, something like that. And that might be kind of controversial, but like it changed the game in terms of work, career. Like the hybrid model.
Oh,
that shit,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Companies overhired, right?
Yeah.
And now especially tech companies are laying off.
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of like business and stuff like that, a lot of stuff got reorged, reshifted. Like the philosophy of, does the average worker have to go to the office every day? Like the old generation and like the new generation, I feel like it kind of changed.
I think your statement is not as controversial as you think, but
It's
yes,
not.
thank you. But yeah, what you came out hot. You came out swinging with what you said. You're like, I think COVID was good.
No, I'm not saying it
Came
was
out a
good
little-
because of that.
No,
but, like,
yeah, no, I know.
Big picture wise, I feel like in history, certain stuff has to
Yeah.
happen for change to occur.
Yeah.
And I feel like COVID was definitely one of the things that.
For work
was
culture,
necessary.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I agree with that.
And there was a lot of negative stuff that happened too, like anti-vaxxers and like. Bro, seriously, bro.
Yeah, I know.
And honestly, yo, this might be like demonetized because of this, and I might have to censor it. But yeah, it was just like people from like weird like viewpoints. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. It was just like some weird. Past COVID, it's just been weird. Like,
I mean, obviously because of lack of like face-to-face interaction,
people were just becoming hella weird.
People
dude.
got very weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree.
Like in the past, like we would just go to a store or like a Chipotle line, like, oh hey, like what's up? Like not strike a convo, but like be a little bit more friendly.
Yeah.
Now people are just like hella closed off. Like
Little bit.
maybe it's a Bay Area thing, I don't know, but it's like they don't really want to like have like interactions, and people are just way more serious, I feel.
A little more on edge. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like
I agree.
I think it's kind of funny, honestly.
I mean, I don't see that problem as much because I have a dog. So, like, when you see other dog owners, you always usually chat it up.
Yeah.
So, maybe, I don't know. But I kind of agree. And, like, I think during COVID, like, the internet, like, it cooked a lot of people's brains.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of people who are, like, very, like, too comfortable with, like, the internet way of like socializing and like try to bring that into real life. And like when you do that in real life,
Like dating apps and stuff.
Dating apps and like even the way you interact with like other people, like
Okay.
like Twitter or like Instagram, right?
Or gaming.
The way they like talk and like interact with people is like they're talking in a fucking Twitter thread, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they say some fucking weird shit like that would only like pop off in like a Twitter thread. And they're saying it in real life, and then you just look at them and you're like, bro, you're fucking weird.
And a lot of the times that's the crazy stuff they say online, they would never say it face to
No,
face.
exactly. Yeah,
And
that's
they only say it online because they don't show their face.
Yeah,
You don't know who
exactly.
these people are.
Exactly.
That's like some pussy shit, bro. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, would you talk all this shit to my face or to someone's face?
yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Yeah. I think the internet made people way too comfortable with like That's why I'm saying, like, in the beginning, I think all podcasts should be illegal because, so I think sometimes you just need to keep some shit to yourself.
You can just censor it. Do you consider yourself more of an athlete or a musician first? Because you do both. Are you more of a creative or more of an athlete?
I think they're a part of me. I don't really consider myself one over the other.
Both?
Yeah.
Were you in band?
No, I never did band.
Do you have any formal music training?
I did piano lessons from the time I was in second grade till like my freshman year of high school.
Oh, so you can read music?
Yeah, I'm classically trained, but
you know theory and everything?
I know classical theory, yeah.
Oh, damn. So piano's your main instrument?
Technically, yeah, but I think I'm the worst at it now.
And then what, guitar? Second?
Yeah, I taught myself guitar.
Self-taught?
Yeah. I think I did like 2 lessons, but like...
Where?
I had a friend whose older brother was like a guitarist for a band. So I just like...
Oh, so you just went to his house? It wasn't like Guitar Center or like music lesson?
No, it was just from a friend.
Did you start out with acoustic or electric?
Acoustic.
What was your first acoustic guitar?
It was like an old Yamaha, like semi-electric type of thing. It's like one of those acoustics that have like...
Electric plug-in?
Yeah.
So just a pickup, like an acoustic guitar with a pickup?
Kind of, yeah.
What do you mean kind of?
It's not a pickup technically, right? So it's
Wait,
like...
what was the model?
I don't remember the model.
Oh, okay. It was a used guitar?
My dad had been playing it for years or something.
Oh, so it was your dad's guitar, he gave it to you?
Not really gave it to me, but yeah, I played it.
So your dad, he didn't teach you anything, you just asked your dad?
I just picked it up myself.
How long did you play acoustic before moving to electric?
I think like a year.
You bought the electric yourself?
No, I think my dad got it for me as a gift.
What was the electric guitar?
You remember that Zakk Wylde
That
guitar?
was your first?
Yeah.
You still have that?
Yeah, it's in my parents' house somewhere.
With the EMG pickups?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
a good guitar, though.
I need to fix it. There's like a lot of things wrong with it.
Did you know Zakk Wylde? That's why you got it?
Yeah, I like Zakk Wylde.
Oh, really?
Like that, just like mashing pentatonics as fast as he could.
Nah, he's a great guitarist for sure.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Hella big.
Yeah, that guy was...
His hands?
He's jacked. Yeah.
He's so jacked, dude. I saw him play, because he's known for, like, the crazy shredding stuff. Like, I saw him cover Comfortably Numb solo, Pink Floyd.
Yeah. I think I've seen that too.
Which is a completely opposite style from what he plays.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
No,
this guy can play for sure.
He, like, what is it? Like, he's known for, like, playing, like, shredding, but, like, he can kind of dabble in like some like I guess how would I put that, like skillful, like emotional way of playing.
Yeah. With the pinch harmonics.
Yeah, his pinch harmonics were like the craziest pinch harmonics. It's like wah.
Damn. So did you get that guitar new?
Yes.
Where'd you buy it from?
There was like a guitar shop in like, do you remember
Music Unlimited?
I think it might have been
next to
that park.
In front of the library.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I had my first guitar lesson.
Yeah.
I had like 2 lessons too.
My dad got it there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great guitar. What was your third guitar?
Third guitar.
The Fender Strat, the white, made in Mexico.
No, I think it was an Ibanez 7-string.
You had a 7-string? I've never seen this guitar.
It's a black 7-string.
Do you still have all your guitars?
Yes, I think the 7-string and my the Les Paul. The Zakk Wylde Les Paul is at my parents' house. I'm thinking about trying to get the 7-string back because I'm like dabbling in some like weird jazz music, and like all these musicians use like 7 strings and like the bassists use 5 strings. Like
Thundercat?
Kind of. But it's like
his
more
style.
It's more towards jazz.
Do you like Thundercat?
Yeah, I love Thundercat.
Okay. I mean, like, from a technical perspective, like, yeah, I think he's a hella good musician. He can definitely play the guitar, the bass guitar.
Yeah.
But just the music genre is, to me, it's just like,
it's like weird.
It's not really my thing.
It's like weird people music. I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying?
Weird people music.
It's like he likes sounds that like the traditional consumer wouldn't like agree with. Does that make sense?
Okay. To a specific niche.
It's like, yeah, it's a niche. Market. Yeah, like a niche. And then, dude, I don't know, like he has played some bass lines like for other people's music that are more like
Ariana Grande. He played for her live, I think.
Oh.
As a backup.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I've seen that. But like, you know Mac Miller, the song "What's the Use"?
Yeah.
That's Thundercat.
Oh, that is Thundercat. You're
Thundercat.
Right. Yeah.
That's literally a top 10. That's a top 10 bass line. And then he did one for Kate Trinata.
I don't know that
you don't know Kate.
But I know you asked me if I could buy his his vinyl.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find it.
It's okay.
So
Someone else got it for me.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when I buy you these vinyls, like I don't know like what you have.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like if it's a gift, like I want it to be a surprise, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to like, yo, what vinyls do you have?
This is fair.
You know, I have to be careful when it comes to choosing the vinyls, but
no, yeah, but like when he makes more like quote unquote traditional sounding like bass lines, they're always incredible. Like they are just like out of the world incredible. I love Thundercat. Like he's very skilled.
Do you listen to a lot of music? Like you keep up with new artists and like?
Not really. I don't really like a lot of new music. I think the last thing that I liked that was kind of new, the only thing that really comes off the top of my head is Kendrick's kind of new album. I think it was 2022.
Okay.
But even then, I think that was kind of a niche album too. I like a lot of like niche albums, if that makes sense.
Do you follow with the guitarists right now? You know,
I listen to a little bit of Polyphia. I like learn.
Yeah, like Tim Henson.
I learned one song.
Playing God.
ABC. No, ABC.
You know Playing God?
Yeah, I know Playing God. That song is crazy. Yeah.
Honestly, Tim Henson, that style of playing, I've never seen that. I didn't even know a guitar could be played like that.
Yeah, I know.
And
that's what's crazy.
Yeah, in the beginning, I was like, what the fuck is this music? The more I listen to him, I'm like, this dude's a genius. Dude.
Yeah,
this guy's
a genius. He's a straight up genius.
You know, Goat?
Yeah, that's a great song.
I was like...
And like, I think the thing that I like aside from his guitar playing is like his band, they take a lot of elements from a lot of other music. Because like what you just mentioned, like Goat, like they have like a trap drum pattern. Like,
oh yeah, they do.
It's a trap drum pattern.
It's like hip hop and like I don't even know what style of music that's called.
Yeah,
but
and then ABC is like, what is it? It's like future pop. I love that song. It's a really good song. And then like he has a song with Stevie Vai.
Steve Vai.
Yeah, Steve Vai.
He for real?
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but he has a song with Steve Vai, and it's like that like kind of.
Steve Vai's
like,
a great guitarist.
Yeah, it's like the old school style of like shredding. They're just like shredding with each other. I'm just like, this is sick. It's very good gym music. I listen to Polyphia a lot at the gym.
Yo, I'm actually curious. Who's your favorite? Who do you think the top 5 greatest guitarists of all time?
Dude, I don't even
regardless
have that
of
list.
genre.
I don't have that list.
Your opinion. Everyone is different.
I can give you my like 5 favorite guitarists.
Okay, yeah, 5 favorite guitarists.
It's like in no particular order, but I like John Mayer a lot.
Yo, respect. The goat, one of the goats.
Do you know Isaiah Sharkey?
No, electric guitarist.
Yeah, well, yeah. He was like a touring band member with D'Angelo. I love the way he plays guitar. Sharkey, yeah, Isaiah Sharkey. I'll send you some clips of like D'Angelo playing live, and this dude is playing guitar, and he is absolutely incredible. Okay, so that's 2 guitarists. Who else do I like? I have to think. Dude, I have to look at my Apple Music. I'm not even gonna lie.
Every time. I mean, it doesn't have to be guitar-based music, but just like Pink Floyd, AC/DC, Black Sabbath.
My list is a little more niche. I actually like Tom Morello a lot.
Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah,
he's a pretty good guitarist. He's
just
he has his own style.
No, yeah, he's like obviously not. He's not a huge shredder or anything, but like I don't know the way like
bro
his energy.
He does some weird stuff, dude.
His energy on tracks is like unmatched in my opinion.
He does like
his energy is just crazy. Like no matter what he's playing, like it's like you feel it. That's the only way I can put it.
I didn't even know you listen to Rage. Who's the other 2? John Mayer,
Isaiah Sharkey,
Tom Morello,
Charlie Hunter.
Never heard
he recorded Spanish Joint by D'Angelo, and
he's a jazz guitarist.
Yes, he is incredible. He is freaking good. And then I guess for the sake of like just because we've been talking about him, I'll just put Tim Henson on there.
Tim Henson.
But yeah, I think those are the guitarists I've been listening to the most recently. Like they're all super good. Yeah, as far I like all the like classical like old school guys.
Who?
Like Slash.
Okay, yeah.
David Gilmour. Yeah, David Gilmour.
My favorite guitarist.
Yeah, I mean I like all those guys. They're all
Slash is I think he's underrated, honestly.
Yeah, he is and he isn't. Like so I mean, I guess like
you know November Rain?
Yeah, that's a great song.
That solo itself, I was like, all right, this dude is one of the goats.
Yeah.
Like he's like a shredder dude. Like,
yeah.
The solo in that song is not shred based. It's very melodic, not a lot of notes, you know, but like
the last one, little bit of shredding.
Okay, yeah. Compared to the first part. Compared to the
first
part. But just that solo itself, I was like, all right, I put Slash in like one of the greats.
Yeah. He's very good. But I don't know. Sometimes I think, especially as he gets older, like some of his like live showings haven't been like the best representation of his like true guitar ability. But you know that kind of happens with age and stuff. Oh, I guess honorable mention. I love BB King.
BB King.
Yeah.
Okay. Albert King.
Oh, what's his name? Spanky I freaking forgot.
Never heard of this guy.
1 second.
What?
Spanky Alford. He's like a.
Bro, this dude's from like the
He's like
50s.
Yeah, I think he has a guitar bass that I think like I listen to, and it reminds me a lot of like music.
He plays
like
with D'Angelo.
Yeah, I basically love anyone that worked with D'Angelo. Like I just love their style of guitar playing. It's just like,
neo soul.
It just I keep stuttering, but like it just.
It's like jazz roots.
Kind of, yeah. It's like I would say it has like technical proficiency like jazz, but it's like there's a lot of feel to it. There's a lot of gospel inspiration into it. So I don't know. It's just like it just hits the number for me. I don't know why. That sound just hits really good for me.
And completely self-taught for guitar.
Spanky Alford?
No, you.
Oh yeah.
Impressive.
But I'm nowhere near as good as them. So
Yeah.
say what. I'm nowhere near their level, so I need to practice more.
I took guitar lessons maybe twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
And like my teacher was like trying to teach me like classical shit, like sheet music, and I told him straight up, I was like, dude, I don't know how to read music, and I'm not. And I was like, he was like, what do you want to do? What do you want to play? And I was a huge Green Day fan at that time.
I love Green Day.
I still am, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I just want to play. I brought him the American Idiot CD. I was like, I just want to play these songs.
I want to play American Idiot.
Yeah, and then he just taught me like how to play American Idiot, all power chords.
Yeah.
It's hella easy power chords, right? And that's when I realized, I don't need this teacher.
I
Power
do
chords
this
are so-
myself.
I
Yeah.
just need to learn like the basic power chord structure, and then like
Yeah.
I can kind of wing it. But like I think that's one of my downfalls. I feel like when it comes to music, I don't know if that's the right word, but I just can't read music. I could never read music in band either. I learned it by ear.
You don't need to learn how to read music, I think, to be a good musician.
Dude, but like when they're like, hey, let's play in the scale of G minor or whatever, or if you ask me like, yo, can you play like a A sharp on the guitar, I wouldn't know what that is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. That's where you might run into a problem. Because like even like
I can't play with others, I feel, because of that. Unless it's in the key of my A.
But
which is the only
the thing
scale
about
I know.
guitar is it's all about shapes, right? So like if you know where the root is and you know the shapes, like you know what I'm saying? Even like a pentatonic scale, like major scale, it's like they're all the same shape. They're just different parts of the fretboard.
Yeah.
It's the same shape. You just need to know where the root is. Yeah, that can be a problem, especially with like jazz musicians. Like they all know, like that's another level. Like it's one thing to know the notes, and then like they know standards, like jazz standards.
I don't know any of that.
Yeah, so like you need to know jazz standards too, like 251, minor 251, all that crap. Like they know it, and there's like, okay, play it in this key, and then they all know how to play together. And then they like, even with the standards, they're like, they all know the melodies too, so they're like all very on the same page. Like they can sync very well with each other.
So if you want to learn a song on the guitar,
Yeah.
do you look up like sheet music for it? Do you look up tabs, or do you watch a video of the guitarist playing and you try to like figure out what they're playing?
At this point, I kind of try ear first,
Okay.
because like I listen for the patterns first. Like what chords am I hearing? Am I hearing a standard? Like what chord progression am I hearing? And then after that, I learn the melody, and then I try to learn as much of it as I can, and then
Ear and then visual first.
yeah, and then if I can't figure it out after that, then I'll look up like tabs or like them playing.
Tabs.
There's nothing wrong with tabs.
I don't know why people hate on that. They're like, oh, dude, if you learn tabs, you're a noob.
Like what?
I'm like, why?
Am I supposed to like learn something that I've never heard before? And, like just like magically know how to play? That's fucking stupid.
Like everyone has a different way of learning shit.
Exactly.
Like, what is the fault of me using this?
Yeah, I mean, if you can play it, you can play it, and that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. I love guitar though. Guitar's your favorite instrument, or piano?
I don't know. I like them all, honestly. It's just like the way I try to view instruments now. It's kind of like I'm not playing it, but it's just like an extension
Of you?
myself. That's how I try to view instruments now.
So when it comes to music, you never considered it as a full-time career?
No.
Never. It was just as a hobby?
Yeah. I wanted to like potentially play music in some capacity, like seriously, but you know, it's
like
hard.
making money,
Yeah, but it's hard. It's really hard to do that.
competition.
I did like piano recitals when I was a kid.
No, because it's hard
Oh,
because of the competitiveness of other artists.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
you,
think
you didn't believe in your skills.
I think even like very good producers, they say this. It's like you shouldn't be in music to make money. Like
For the love.
you need to be in it for the
Course.
love. Yeah, it's like you can't go into it expecting to make money, and it's like I just play it because you know I have some free time and like it's fun.
Why did you stop releasing music content? Because I know in the past, like you did, like you would post it on Instagram, like
Making content is a fucking hassle.
by content I don't mean only like videos and stuff, but like
Oh, songs and
Yeah,
stuff.
like an EP.
Because that's also hard in itself. It's a bit of a hassle, and it's like I feel like when I try to sit down and like make like a coherent project, I end up getting very disconnected with it because of what I need to handle on a day-to-day basis.
like in your life,
Yeah.
like work,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then like I am like a huge self-critic, especially with music. So it's like anytime I make something, if I like wait a week and then listen to it, I'm like, I don't fucking like this. Like, what am I doing? And then I'll listen to it like a couple months later. I'm like, oh, this was fine. Like, why did I stop? So it's just like, it's that.
So you would record something and then you would reevaluate it and you'd be like, I don't like it, I don't want to post it.
Yeah,
Instead of just
basically.
posting it just cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think, dude, honestly, I have enough content in my hard drive where I could release a legit project, and I don't think it would be like awful. But we'll see what happens with that. But like, you've heard some of my stuff, and I think overall,
Yeah, bro, you're a good guitarist, bro. I'll be real.
I'm
You're a good
alright.
musician.
I'm all right.
You're definitely more of a lead guitarist, I feel.
Kind of.
Because I've been trying to figure out my style too. And yeah, I do like to solo and stuff, but I feel like I'm more of a rhythm guitarist, dude. I like playing the back. Like the back. And someone else like leading with the lead stuff.
I think, I don't know, maybe I'm not too like
You have fast fingers. Way faster than me. That's something I accepted. That's why I like David Gilmour. Because he plays it slow.
oh man. But I mean, what I was trying to say,
I can't shred.
what I was trying to say is like, I think like especially like jazz musicians, they don't really, unless it's for like a show or something, I feel like they don't really view themselves as like a lead or rhythm, because it's like I try to take that philosophy of jazz. It's like I just watch like a bunch of jazz musicians play, and like basically they just take turns cycling, like playing on the melody. So like
Okay.
a guitarist will start, then a saxophone player will play the melody and whatever the hell they want, then they take turns, or like the next person goes, it's the guitarist.
Okay.
So like that's what they kind of do. So like I think don't try to look at yourself as like a lead or a rhythm.
Like, don't box
Yeah,
myself
don't
in
box.
one
Yeah,
thing.
don't put yourself in a box. Just like learn shit that's fun for
Yeah.
you. It's like it's music, bro. It's like no one's expecting you to be like play some Tim Henson shit. You know?
I already accepted I can't play that shit.
I think if you put enough time,
Yeah,
you can.
but I'm not interested enough to want to
That's fair.
learn that style for me
That's
to
fair.
invest the time. But
That's-
his style is
That's what
bro,
I thought.
This dude is crazy.
That's what I
bro.
thought. I'm like, I'm not interested enough. And then I tried to learn that one song, ABC, and I was like, oh, I'm having a blast. Like, I'm not great at it, but it's like, it's fun.
So let's switch gears, if that's okay. You just got engaged.
Yeah, I got
Congrats.
engaged in
Congrats.
December. Yeah.
December,
you.
4
Yeah.
months or
Yeah.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
You said you met her in college.
Yes.
Your girl.
Yeah.
Like, what was the like? How did it unwrap? Like, how did you meet? And like, were you like interested in her in college?
Okay, so I met her friend
Oh, it was one of
on
those friends.
Tinder. No, on Tinder, and then
Oh,
I
you
met.
D-gen.
Dude, everyone was doing that back then.
Yeah,
Come
Tinder
on, man.
was like, yeah.
Come on, man. Okay. I met her friend on Tinder, and then she introduced her to my fiance, and then we.
Oh, you guys met, and she's like, I don't think we're a fit, but I have a homie.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then
She hooked it up.
yeah, and then we kind of casually dated for a little bit, and then kind of a little bit out of college, and then
What year was this in college? Like your junior year?
2016 through 2017. I had an extra year, so I was like an extra senior. So it was like my senior year and my extra senior year.
Okay.
Part of it. I think it was mostly my extra senior year. Yeah. And then
It was like on and off? Dating?
yeah, kind of.
Like there was like issues and you stopped it, or like it was
Yeah.
just,
Well, not
okay.
issues, but yeah, it just stopped.
Okay.
And then I moved to San Diego after college, and then we kind of got disconnected. And then I had an awful relationship in San Diego. And then...
Wait, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, I had a terrible relationship in San Diego.
The girls from San Diego?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then...
Yeah, we don't have to get into that if you don't want to.
You're more than welcome to ask about it, but I just don't want to potentially leak anything. But anyway, after that, we kind of reconnected again, and then started dating while I was still in San Diego. And then...
Long distance?
Yeah.
Where was she living?
She's living in Oakland. Where I live
so she
right
was in
now.
the Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I live right now. And then...
So you guys connected digitally or...
Reconnected, yeah, kind of through text and digitally.
Okay.
And then she actually stayed with me and my family for a little bit, like during
In SD?
COVID. Yeah,
Okay.
during COVID.
Your
And
parents are
then-
chill?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Dude,
so they're
how
not
old? How old was I by then? I was like 26, like 25.
I know,
26.
but like, bro, Asian families, like traditional, like. So
Yeah.
your parents are chill, pretty chill then.
Yeah,
in that
like I
sense.
said, yeah, they're pretty chill. Well, yeah, for the most part,
They're
they
not
are.
like, no, you can't.
Yeah,
She in the same bed, same room.
yeah,
All right, your parents are chill.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Make of it what you
Yo,
want.
that's hella.
Yeah,
Dude, if I had a kid, I'd be chill about that too. But like, if they were like in the same bed, I'd be like, I mean, all right, you do you, but we all know what's going on.
I mean, I was working a job. I was being responsible. They knew I was responsible. So like, they're just like, just don't do anything stupid. And I was like, okay, how to tell a grown ass man not to be stupid?
She stayed with you for how long?
She was kind of back and forth for like a year. And then after that year, that's when I moved to Oakland, and then we moved in together.
Because of her, you moved back, or because of your job?
I moved in with her first, and then I got the job after.
So the reason moving back to the Bay was because of her.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. So if it wasn't for her, you would have lived in SD.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't really know where I would have ended up, honestly. I think kind of at that point, like I was kind of like, especially out of that like very bad relationship, I was kind of like tired of SoCal and San Diego. I was like, I need to like switch it up.
Yeah, I feel it. What is if you don't mind me asking, what do you mean by bad? Like she would abuse you physically?
No.
Hey, that happens, bro.
I
Terry
don't.
Crews,
I just don't think we were ever on the same page,
In
like
terms
as
of,
far as
like-
what the relationship was supposed to be.
in terms of values and like outlook.
Yeah, and then like she had a lot of stuff that she had to process and like get legitimate help for, in my opinion. To
Like
like
mental related stuff?
kind of, yeah,
Okay. And she needed like therapy?
probably. I mean, everyone needs therapy, but like
Yeah.
I think, yeah. And then she just had a lot on her plate at the time, so just like I don't know. I feel like some of our worst. It was like very easy for some of our worst tendencies and behaviors to like manifest, if that
Okay.
makes sense, because of like everything that's going on surrounding us, like not us as like an entity, but like individually.
How long were you with her for?
Almost a year, I think. Like
It's pretty significant.
yeah,
amount of
like
time.
7, 8, 9 months. I forget, honestly. So yeah, I invested a lot of time, and then like she was the one to break things off, but then yeah. So I mean, I hope she's doing all right, grand scheme of things. But yeah, it was just like not a good relationship.
After the relationship ended, are you the type to get over it relatively quick?
I think
Or
that
do you,
one,
like-
no.
No?
No, not that one. That one stung a bit. There was like a lot of... It took me a while to kind of get over that one.
How long is a while? A couple, like 2 months?
Yeah, something like that.
That's not that long, bro.
Yeah, but it
Come
kind of
on.
felt like a lifetime for me.
Okay.
It was like, I don't know. It was like...
Because I hear stories of like people not over their ex for like a year plus, dude. Even like 6 months, like 6 months, dude.
I don't know. I got over... Once I got over it, I kind of got over it. It's just like, I can't even remember some of the details now. So it's just like,
Yeah, so you're fully
I kinda-
over it now.
yeah. And then like... I feel kind of bad, but like we had like kind of a mutual friend group in San Diego, and like I just like I dropped them all because I was just like I'm just like over
You
this.
dropped them
Yeah.
instead of them.
I mean, they may have potentially dropped me. I don't freaking know, but
Yeah.
like most of it, like I think for the most part, I was the one that kind of like disconnected with them.
And then you moved after.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it worked out anyways.
Yeah.
Now I'm here. Now I'm engaged. So,
Yeah. Everything happens for a reason.
well, and I'm like very happy. I have a very like simple life. I love my partner.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, as you should.
Yeah, I fucking hope so. We're engaged.
Yeah.
That'd be. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I just like being like in something very stable and like I don't know. She's just a great partner. She kind of puts me in a situation where I can like really focus on myself too.
Yeah.
And like sometimes that's not possible with some partners, from what I hear. But
what are some green flags you think? Not specifically, or maybe specifically with your girl too, but just in general. What are some actions that girls do that you are like, oh, this is like a really great quality?
I think the big thing is for me is like just being very supportive of like the things that you like to do.
Okay.
And then they in turn try to kind of incorporate you into what they like to do too. Because I think it's like you can only create so much of a bond if you're like don't have like things in
common.
Yeah, in common that you're both interested in. She let me do what I need to do to like function as a normal human being, right? And then
you mean like boxing and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like playing golf, playing music, all that.
Okay.
And then she tries to like incorporate herself into that as well. Like she showed interest in like learning about some of these things, like watching stuff with me.
Yeah.
And then like she took some of her hobbies and tried to incorporate me into them too. Yeah. And then I think the other big one is kind of understanding like, I mean, everyone has like shortcomings as a human being, right?
Of course.
And I think a really big green flag for me in that instance is kind of understanding, like they take the time to understand like why you would behave
in a certain way
when you're like when one of your shortcomings is like very apparent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like understanding the root cause and like encouraging them to get help or like trying to be as helpful in that situation as they can.
Yeah, so like I mean we're human beings, we all have flaws, right? We're not perfect. So like if a flaw comes out, instead of them just like criticizing and judging, they try to understand like your perspective.
Yeah.
Try to learn more about maybe your family background and see what like the cause of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, I agree. I think that's very important.
I think if you're going to be in a committed relationship, like you have to like care about that level of detail. It's like, because like if you don't really understand like where all of like potential negativity is coming from, it's just like that kind of tells me that you don't really want to deal with it or like that you care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you don't want to invest the time to know the person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then like you just need to know the person. Like that, I think being in a successful long-term relationship isn't like over like showering someone with love constantly or like constantly showing affection. It's just like it's a series of like committed decisions to like want to make the relationship succeed. And it's just like it's not outward affection that's going to make it. Well, sometimes it is. Sometimes you need to do that every once in a while, but like not all of it all at the same time. You know, it's like it's a series of choices. It's like decisions that say, hey, like I care about you. Like I care about our long term like success. Like, you know.
What do you think are some red flags?
I mean,
everyone's different though for red flags and green flags. But for you personally, gold digger.
I don't know. I've never like
prostitute. OnlyFans. What if a girl had an OnlyFans?
Bro, I mean, I'm not gonna judge anyone for having an OnlyFans.
I think that's a despicable act, bro. Despicable act. It's bro. It's straight up prostitution.
This is not a sex worker friendly space. I'm kidding.
Bro, I just think it's vile, dude.
Bro, everyone's gonna make their money somehow.
Yeah, bro. Like you do you. I get it. It's your life, but there's literally no other skill set you have, so you have to prostitute your body.
I mean, they could have other skills, but like, what if that brings in like the most money? Like, what if that's bringing in like
what if you
a
have
comfortable
kids?
Amount of money?
My mom was an OnlyFans worker.
There's consequences to everyone's choices.
I agree, and I truly wonder if those who start those type of like OnlyFans stuff, they like think that far. But everyone, you do you. Like you know what I mean. Like I'm not gonna judge the individual of what actions they do because it's their life. But prostituting the body,
I think sex work is very necessary. I'm not even gonna lie.
For the consumer?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are some consumers, like, if they did not have readily accessible sex work, like, they would go off the rails, like, very quickly.
Who's they?
Certain people, certain consumers.
Oh, I see.
Like, if sex work was not readily available, I think people would go off the rails. Like, we would see more people going off the rails a little more frequently.
A lot of people are going off the rails. Even with it being
Yeah. But
Allowed.
there's something like unique about OnlyFans, I think, because it's like I kind of understand when people say they don't like people who do OnlyFans, because it's like someone who does OnlyFans is like quote unquote a little more accessible. Like they feel closer to you than like a pornographic actress, right? If that makes sense.
I guess.
So like I understand criticisms of OnlyFans, but at the same time it's like a question of morality, right? It's like parasocial like problems and behaviors are like very, very like abundant in this day and age with like the rampant growth of social media and stuff. So it's like there's partially a responsibility, I guess, on like the content creator, right?
Yeah.
To manage that, make sure like to minimize the amount of parasocial behavior that might happen between them and their like consumers. But then I also think there's also a good amount of responsibility on consumers. You need to know that like, hey, like this is a person who's just doing this for money. Like they're not like a person who's like going to be readily accessible for you. Like you're not going to meet this fucking person.
Some people
like,
do.
Yeah, some people do.
Some people do.
But it's like they're also doing this.
Though.
They're doing this as like a way to pay their bills or like get money, and like you need to understand that. But it's like it's a morality debate, and like I don't really care because I'm not. That's never gonna fucking happen to me. So
what? Start an OnlyFans?
Being involved with anyone in OnlyFans, like I'm not gonna be like in proximity to anyone.
What if I started one? Would you?
I don't care.
Join?
Why the fuck would I join? I don't want. What the fuck? Pause.
Would you be my first client?
Bro, you
free of charge.
We're fucking moving on. You play too much, bro.
We're almost at the 1 hour 30 mark. It's been a pretty long podcast.
Yeah, I just yap. Sorry.
No, it's good. I think the content is excellent. I just want to throw out some quick questions.
Yep.
And we can finish it. Who do you think is the all-time sports GOAT? And I'll give you a list of people.
That's so tough.
Different fields of sports.
All right. Yeah, and name them out.
I'll say the name and you tell me the reasoning.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, and Tiger Woods.
Shit.
In terms of like impact to the sport.
Impact to
and
the sport.
And also the skill level. Like how many rings they won, like the professional accolades they got.
I think at that list, Tiger Woods is pretty comfortably. Like
over Tom Brady.
His impact to
Jordan.
His impact on golf, I think, supersedes anything anyone else has done on that list.
More than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, more than what Michael Jordan has done for basketball. I think Tiger Woods, what he did for golf, like clears Michael Jordan pretty handily.
Damn, pretty handily. Not even a close comparison.
Because I played golf like when Tiger was like basically in his prime.
So there is a bias.
What he did for the sport was absolutely insane. Especially when you look at golf right now. It's 2024 and he's still a name that like gets people like out of their seats to watch him. Like,
I mean, because he's not retired.
Still.
Jordan is retired. All these other guys are
like
retired.
Anytime he's in the field, like viewership is still like way higher than it would normally be.
Who do you think the best golfer is right now?
Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler.
What about
Did he just win today actually? Let me see.
What do you think of John Daly?
He was a good golfer. Oh, it got suspended. Okay.
For what? For drugs?
No, he didn't get suspended. Like the final round got suspended.
Bro, this dude is 27 years old.
He just won the Masters. He won like
what
I don't
the hell?
He's on a streak of winning that's like that hasn't been seen since Tiger Woods.
This guy's from Texas? Oh, he's from Jersey.
He's playing some really good golf. He is just like super consistent right now. Like he just won the Masters. You know that, right?
I don't know. I don't follow golf like that.
Yeah, he just won the Masters and like he's in contention for like another tournament like a week later. Like he's playing some crazy good golf right now. I think Scottie Scheffler is the best golfer right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
But all-time Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a debate for like Jack Nicklaus because he technically has.
He's too.
He technically has the majors record, but like I don't know. I think what Tiger did in his era, and like even like the 2019 Masters is like a little bit unmatched. Like he's technically the all-time wins leader, so I'm like I think I still have to give it to Tiger, but that might be my bias.
Because of your love for golf compared to football. Or basketball.
I don't like American football, but I love basketball. But like, I don't think like the cultural impact that they had on the sports is like comparable. Like, I think Tiger Woods clears him pretty handily.
Who would you rather fight in their prime?
Okay.
For $500,000.
Okay.
Cash, you take all the $500,000. There's no tax or anything.
Okay.
Okay, so $500,000 direct deposit to your bank.
Okay.
Prime Brock Lesnar, 2 minutes in the cage.
Okay.
Zhang Weili. Weili Zhang. You know who she is, right?
Of course I would fight Zhang Weili.
But 3 rounds, 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'll still do it.
1 minute, just run around.
I'm a lot bigger than her too.
You think you could beat her?
I don't know about beat, but I think I can prevent myself from getting absolutely like destroyed in that amount of time.
Let me check her weight. How much do you weigh?
I walk around like 178 right now.
She's 115.
Yeah, I think
You could
not get absolutely destroyed in that amount of time. Versus Brock, I think Brock Lesnar could legitimately kill me in 2 minutes. I don't know if I can beat Zhang Weili, but I know I won't die against her.
Yo, the fact that you say you could stand with her, that means you're pretty good then. Because I feel, bro, if I was in the ring with her, I would get destroyed, bro.
No, I'm not saying like I'm gonna like knock her out or anything. I just think that my chances of surviving? Like not being I think Brock Lesnar could legit kill me in 2 minutes. I think it would take Zhang Weili longer than 15 minutes to kill me. And like if I get lucky and I like am able to take her down, I can literally just stall. I just put all my weight on her and just stall as long as I can.
Just like mount her.
I can't fucking stall against Brock Lesnar. I cannot take Brock Lesnar down.
He would kill you.
Yeah, exactly. He would kill me in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think my chances of survival against Zhang Weili in 15 minutes is way higher than Brock Lesnar in 2 minutes.
I agree with you.
I'm not saying I'm gonna beat her.
With you with that.
Hell no, I'm not saying I can beat her, but I think I can like not die, at the very least.
Yeah, those were the only 2 questions I had. So before I wrap the pod, I always ask people this question or a similar question. So you turned 30, right?
Yep.
We've lived the most of our 20s, or you live all your 20s. I've lived the majority of my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what advice do you have for those starting in their early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s? Now looking back, and now you have some time to reflect. Like, do you have any regrets that you have, or things you wish you tried harder in? Like, if you were to mentor someone younger, 5 to 10 years of age difference, like, what would you tell that person like to do?
Whatever it might be, like if you have a passion or something, like learn how to really dedicate yourself to a craft. That's my biggest thing. And then try to remove yourself, like especially now, like try to remove yourself from like online spaces as much as you can, because
social media.
Yeah, because it can really warp the way you think and like perceive things. It's like learn how to become really grounded in reality, and like learn how to prioritize things that are like actually important to you, and know that like there's no like easy solution to anything. It's like the only way you're gonna succeed is like you just have to meticulously grind.
Yeah.
And like so those are my 2 things. Just get really rooted in reality, and then just like whatever you like or like whatever you want to do, just like really grind and like find what you need to do specifically. Like break everything down into like smaller steps, like very tangible, reachable, small like steps that lead up to the big goal.
How does one find their passion?
Just whatever you fucking like, dude. You can't be a person who just like, I think if you reach your 20s and you're like relatively like somewhat well adjusted, like you're gonna have shit that you like, right? And just like find whatever you like and just
capitalize on it.
Yeah, just do as much as you can. Just like make it simple, make it into small steps that like build into a larger goal down the line.
Very insightful.
Nah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I think that's everyone, so.
I agree with you on that. I thought this was a very good conversation we had. I appreciate you coming on the pod.
Appreciate you.
I'm down to run it again in the future if you're down.
Yeah, 100%. Let's, we can connect on something, anything we find interesting later down the line.
OnlyFans
oh my
session.
God.